Hey, what's up guys? Imran here, Monstergadgets, and it is end of 2024, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, anything and everything that you celebrate, enjoy it. And yeah, today's video, we are gifted with Tesla's FSD version 13, and we're gonna go ahead and take it for a spin and test it out and see how well it works. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Alright guys, welcome back. So right now I have put the destination in for my car wash, which is Delta Sonic, and we're gonna go ahead and initiate FSD and let it do its thing. And so this came out about a week ago for me at least, and I have tested it probably on 4 different rides on the way back from work and to work and things like that. And one thing that I immediately noticed was it is very responsive, meaning that it no longer hesitates to go from a stop sign forward or from a red light forward. It is almost human-like, but not quite there yet. That hesitation's gone. It's still not as fast as I would like it to be from again, a human standpoint, but it is much further along from the previous version where it would kind of creep forward and stop and then creep forward again and stop. But now what it does is it literally just stops at a stop sign, and it takes about a second, and then it moves forward without it repeatedly stopping, which is nice. The other thing is it's a number of other updates that came along with it, which one I will tell you is one of my absolute favorite that I actually asked for from Elon probably like 2 years ago, which again, obviously Elon didn't listen to me, but in general they've come out with this update, is being able to actually view your Sentry mode as well as your camera footage from the app itself instead of having to do it from the actual screen, which is nice. So if a Sentry event happens, you can actually remotely view it from your phone, which I'll try and see if I can show you later on. But that is one of the options that I absolutely love about this. So let's go ahead and let it drive, and as you can see, it's kind of moving along with the flow of traffic. I do have it set on hurry, which if I move up the scroll wheel, I can set the maximum speed limit to, for example, 70, but it's going to go with the flow of traffic here. And so we'll let it do its thing and see how well it does getting us to the car wash. Another thing to note is, for those of you that look forward to the update every year towards December, is of course the Christmas light show. That also has been released and is available through your menu if you want to enjoy that. Coming to a red light here, I will try and see if I can go ahead and go to the menu here and show you that upgrades. Actually, no, not upgrades. What am I looking for? Software, sorry. So I am on version, here we are, 13.2.2, and this is 2024.45.25.5. So that is a version that I am running. first lane change, as you can see how quickly it did that, which is really nice to see. Again, it's very human-like and realistic, as I mentioned earlier. It just turns signal on and immediately changes the lane. Now I hope it gets to a point, at some point down the line, where it actually can again figure out, for example, this car is moving, that lane is moving, that it should have gotten in that lane ahead of time. It's obviously capable of detecting where the traffic is. It just is not quite there yet. But hopefully with future updates or whatnot, because that's what I would have done. I would have switched lanes to go in that one because it's further along and it would be faster. But one step at a time, one step at a time. Change, as you can see, very smooth, turn signal on, and it just basically moves over. So we are half a mile away from our destination, as you can see, and it's going to go ahead and start moving over. And this is the first time that it's actually taking me from entrance on this road, which is Route 59. Generally, it goes around from the intersection and goes in the other way, but let's see how this does. just fine. And that was very, very smooth. So here we are at the car wash. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it because I've got a car behind me, and we're gonna make our way around. There we go. We're about to enter. Picked up our unlimited code there. It is surprisingly warm here in Naperville. It is 50 degrees, and it's December 28th, which is crazy to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in car wash mode. That way when they spray it down or clean it off, my charge port and stuff like that doesn't open up. If you have not seen me at this car wash before, this does not have the nasty brushes. It does have the noodles that touch it, but my car is PPF wrapped, so it's not going to scratch my paint or do anything like that. And the noodles don't really strike it hard enough for it to do that. But the brushes is what damages the car. So if you are a new Tesla owner, Tesla does not recommend you go to that type of a car wash. They recommend you go to a touchless car wash, so that way it doesn't ruin the paint. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and enter the track here as she's guiding me. And then we will go ahead and enter free roll once she tells us to stop. Brake on, enter free roll. There we go. Generally, I would drive my own car and clean it, detail it, whatever from the outside, but it is about 11:15 and I gotta obviously make this video, but I also have to go pick up my kids from my ex's house at noon, so I don't have time to do that. That way that's why we'll let them drive it, and then we'll give them a nice tip. These are the noodles that I was talking about. Again, they don't really strike the car hard enough for it to scratch or whatnot, so I'm not worried about it. Plus, again, like I said, I've got PPF, so it really won't cause any damage to the paint. Got his wifey texting me, so I gotta see what she's doing. got around to the back relatively quickly there. Hopefully he's got everything.
Yeah, what's that? Thanks, son. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Alright, here we go. So car wash is done. Now, let me go ahead and go to a parking lot where we can test out the park feature. Alright, so I am back in the Amazon parking lot, as you can see here. We're going to go ahead and test out the FSD and see how well it works. I have not tested this out. This will be the first time, and there were specifically notes about this feature being improved, so let's see how well it works. Here's the first spot we're testing in, and as you can see, so far it's doing really well. It pulled up, positioned itself, and it's doing its thing. So let's take a look and see what happens. Another thing to note that I did not say earlier, Summons has gotten a huge update as well. I'll do a separate video on that where you can actually view from your Tesla app as you summon the car, both the smart feature and the dumb feature. So we'll talk about that later in a different video. So that was a success. Let's go ahead and test out another spot. I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna kind of back up a little bit, let it pick up the parking spot, and I'm gonna actually have it go to that parking spot. So let's see. Go forward, and there it is. So I'm gonna use the scroll wheel, park it, turn signal on. We've got some pedestrians in the way. Let's see how well this thing does. So it stopped there, let the pedestrian pass. We do have another one right there, and it did a good job. It kind of forced its way, and the pedestrian moved over, which is kind of funny. It's the first time haven't tested with pedestrian nearby, which is kind of nice. And one time in, well done. That is completed. All right, 2 for 2. Let's keep going. Let's test out a different scenario, maybe on the other side. So let me drive around. Let's see if we can find something where I wanted to do it where we're picking the parking spot from further away. So let's see if we can try to find a spot where we can do that.
Front K-band.
So something like this. So you see how I picked a spot right there? Let's keep going forward and see if we can pick out a spot that's open from early on. Like that one. Oops. That was my fault. The horn right there. I actually pressed that. So we've got a Model X Plaid next to us, which is nice. Oh, I guess it's similar to the last parking spot we parked at. There's a Plaid Model X. The car next to us is about to leave. As you can see, it's got its brakes on. But it did its thing still. Subaru STI behind us. Holy crap. Alright, that is done. So far 3 for 3. One other thing to note is FSD Supervised now actually has a thing where if you wanted to activate FSD from a parked spot, you can actually put in the destination, hit the brake, and have it go full FSD from where you're parked instead of you driving off and going to it. So that's a feature that I have turned on. That's what shows up on the screen, and once you have that activated. So 3 for 3, and I don't know, personally, from the last time I checked, I did the parking, I feel like it's about the same, maybe a little bit faster, I'm not sure, but so far it's been successful, and each time I've tested in the past, it's worked out well too. So let's do this. This parking spot that I picked, ooh, next to us here, let's try that. Let's see what it does. There's a curb next to us, so is it going to be able to go around the curb and park there? This would be interesting. it doesn't know what to do. It picked up the spot, but is it going to turn in and go that way, or what is it going to do? It's thinking. It's thinking. It's got his turn signal on. Oh god, I'm scared. I don't think it's going to be able to pick up what to do with it. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Holy cow, this would be pretty impressive if you can do this. As you can see, there's a huge curb right there. So is it going to go around the curb? I think, oh, it is. Oh my god. That is impressive. It took a little bit, but it figured out how to get there. I don't think it would ever be able to do that before. I never tried it, but I don't think it would be able to do that. That was pretty impressive, the fact that it picked that up. So we were essentially next to it on this side of the curb, and it picked up the parking spot and made its way in. That is pretty cool. All right, I think I'm gonna end it there. That was successful. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will do a summons test in another video, so stay tuned for that. If you have not already subscribed, make sure you go and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.